Hello, I'm Gemma
and Gemma Franci,
and today we're watching One Kid's Room episode 6 with Ian.
안녕하세요. 저는 스트레이키즈 막내 아이엔입니다.
이또하는 여전나 하죠?
ING입니다. 성격상 조심성이 조금 부족한 면은 있어요.
아니야, 조심성이
없는 것보다
그냥 걔 운명인 것 같아.
우리 애기는
he's clumsy.
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah.
like clumsy, like proper clumsy.
Yep.
그냥 세상이 그렇게 못 가는 거예요. 그냥 이엔이의 생각과 세상이 반대로 좀 다르게 흘러갈 뿐이에요.
난 왜 이렇게 자주 떨어뜨릴까? 왜 이렇게 덤벙대지? 이거를 왜 그런지를 찾아봤어요. 저희 아빠가 그러더라고요.
Genetics.
Yeah.
저희 형이 얼마 전에 이제 막 인스타 DM으로 친구가 연락이 왔대요. 형제가 다 똑같다고. 형제 맞긴 하네 이러면서.
To be fair, like you're clumsy, I'm clumsy, and our mom is also clumsy.
Yeah.
So there could be
But
some.
I think like I'm probably the most clumsy of all. Well, to be fair, some of it is just because I have issues with my hands,
like,
so it's
yeah,
not
you're-
clumsiness. I just drop stuff. Like my poor phone screen gets cracked so much that I started buying like screen protectors
In bulk.
in packs of 3 or 6,
Yeah.
just because I know I will wait until it's cracked enough that it needs to be changed.
Yeah.
근데 최근에도 뭐 하나 있었는데 또.
아, 걔 많아.
많아, 그냥
많은데.
일상에 좀 깔려 있어.
Like there's too many.
So many.
Oh, come on.
문 열다가 드득. 오.
How?
이엔이니까 봐준다.
He's strong.
집에 이제 수납장을 그냥 열었는데 한 2개 정도가 부서져가지고 다 버리게 생겼어요. 왜 그런 경우가 되게 많아요. 근데 저 의도하지 않았는데 저도 모르게 그냥 부서져가지고 항상 제 물건만 그렇게 망가뜨리는 것 같아요.
그 음료수 엎지르는 거, 뭐 남의 가방에 묻히는 거.
안무하다 때리는 거.
무대하다가 얘랑 부딪힌 적 진짜 많아요.
아 와.
Isn't that like there's like a full video that I've seen with clips of Ian having
just being
like
clumsy.
all the clumsy stuff.
Fair.
엄청 많이 부딪혀.
이엔이한테 페스티벌에서 물 맞았는데
맞아.
페스티벌에서
이렇게 했는데.
아니 이 누가 계속 물을 돌리는데 계속 물을 맞는 거야. 그래서
맞아,
누구지
나
하는데
그래서 나
이엔이었어.
짤도 있어.
팀킬하네. 신나게 물을 빡 뿌리고 바로 내가 옆에서 팍 맞은 거예요.
Just look at water whip.
불사는
이게
게
있었어요. 악이 없습니다. 선의도 없어요.
안무를 하다가
No good intended either. Whoa.
Fair.
Okay, that was harsh.
물사는
이게
게
있었어요. 악이 없습니다. 선의도 없어요.
안무를 하다가 형들을 의도하지 않고 때린다든지 뭐 형들과 부딪힌다든지 이동을 하는 구간에서 현진이 형이랑 부딪힌 거예요. 제 머리랑 현진이 형 눈이랑 현진이 형 눈에 멍이 들어가지고 그때 진짜 너무 미안했어요.
I think it was like I saw one where I think he bumped into either Han or Felix. I don't remember. It was just like head on.
Oh yeah.
의도한 게
Ouch.
아닌데 제 머리 맞고 멍 들어가지고
이엔이한테 카톡 거의 안 해. 그냥 전화해. 야 맞냐?
뭐?
왜 전화했는데?
그냥 이엔이 그냥 목소리 한번 듣고 싶어서 전화로 하지.
진짜?
뭘 해도 그 사랑스러운 그 느낌 있잖아.
우리 이엔이는 어디서든 막내예요.
애기를 지켜.
정인이 형.
Yeah.
이엔이.
Look, he has a preferential treatment. We all know.
With all of them. Yep.
이엔 선배님.
상상이 안 돼.
정인이 진짜 친동생 옆에 있으면 좀 형 같긴 해요.
그치. 맞아.
유일하게 좀 형 같아 보이는데.
Although he's a middle child,
Yeah.
so
사실 둘째긴 한데 동생 다를 줄을 몰라요. 초반에 이제 동생도 저를 되게 어색해했고 동생이랑 있는 시간이 너무 짧았어요. 너무 어릴 때부터 같이 안 살아가지고
In our case, we wouldn't know any different. Like we're quite literally
No.
same age. We don't have any other siblings, so and it's weird having someone that has a face similar to yours. So our case, it's
well, I think it's like the thing with
different
the thing with
circumstances.
twins is I think it's different even like with siblings that have only 1 year apart, because it's the whole mentality of like the parents with siblings is very specific, like the
Compared to twins,
identity thing, when you're growing up, that they dress you the same way, you have all the same toys,
relatives
and
treat you like interchangeable.
people like not sure which is which, so they call you the wrong name. So it's like the twin experience is very specific,
But then like at
though.
some point you start weaponize it, so you switch on purpose, you play pranks on people, so it's like there is some fun to be had as well.
The times in school where we switched classes when we were in
Or
in
to
different
test
class.
for each other.
Yeah.
Like we've done a lot of that, but yeah, no,
But-
it's a weird thing. Like you definitely, one of the thing that I think happens a lot is you develop very distinct personalities.
Yes, but it's a
when you're
product because you
twin,
want to
be
like
different.
build your own individuality, because like growing up you're not if you're a twin, you're not considered like
Your own
your
person.
own person.
Yeah.
It's
almost
just
like you're a unit.
It's always a plural.
Yeah.
It's always like Simona and Francesca. It's not like Simona or Francesca.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like one, like you're not treated as
an individual,
your own
yeah.
person. You're treated as a unit, as you say. It's like you treat it, it's always plural.
Yep.
So it's
And
a very
interchangeable because people don't
don't remember
and to the point that it
or
feels like
don't
they
recognize
don't care enough to
to
actually
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not that complicated.
Yeah, but also it's like that's the thing. Like when you grow up, when you've been counted as like almost one person together, you want to create your own individuality. So I think that's why growing up we build our own
Yeah, I think
like
there is actually
kind
like,
of
there is,
styles
like,
and stuff.
some psychological studies behind
yes,
these as well.
100%.
Yeah, with identical twins that they grew up together and identical twins
That
that, they
grew
were
up-
split at birth.
Grew up separate
Yeah.
as well, because there's a lot of like nature over nurture and stuff like that. Again, it's a very specific, unique
Set
thing
of circumstances.
to twins.
Yeah. So we
wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know.
제가 동생한테 원하는 게 있으니까 형들이 동생한테 원하는 걸 좀 알 수 있는 거죠. 우리 동생이 이랬으면 좋겠는데 라는 걸 아니까 형들한테도 그런 동생적인 모먼트들을 많이 보여줄 수 있다고 생각해요, 저는.
얘 되게 의젓해요.
네.
이거야, 내가 걔한테 직접 부탁을 하잖아요. 싫다 그래요. 근데 우리끼리 서로 미루고 있는 일이
Just little cutely eating.
I'm sorry,
So like
Charlie,
they,
but
they
like
panned over him for so long and it was not say anything.
Yeah,
it was just because it looked cute.
it was just
eating.
numbing on
Yeah.
some food in an
Yeah.
adorable way.
Yep.
한테 직접 부탁을 하잖아요. 싫다 그래요. 근데 우리끼리 서로 미루고 있는 일이 있다. 그러면은 내가 할게. 막 이런 스타일.
그 의젓한 안에 그 애기다운 면모들이 계속 있으니까 그 저희 눈에는 이제 그것만 보이는 거죠.
예의도 바르고
만약에 이거 사다 줘 하면은 이제
은근히
싫어해놓고서 은근히 또
얘는 거절 못해.
거절 못해 은근히.
거절 되게 잘하지 않나?
형 말만 듣기 싫은 거 아닐까?
아, 그럴 수도 있겠다.
거절을 막 단호하게 하는 편은 아닌데 좀 돌려서 거절하는 편인 것 같아요. 뭐 예를 들면은 오늘 운동하러 가자. 오늘 나 어디 한다. 난 근데 오늘 어디를 해서 오늘 같이 이 운동 못 할 것 같다. 미안하다. 안 해. 이게 아니라 그냥 이유를 설명한 뒤에 이제 거절을 좀 하는 편인 것 같아요. 그게 좀 덜 기분 나쁘니까.
이엔이가
It's like it's very thoughtful in that sense.
Yep.
멤버들이 힘들어하는 꼴을 못 봐요. 그러니까 멤버들이 힘들어하면은 같이 힘들어해 주려 하고
아니 한 번 화나면 그 절제는 잘 안 되는 것 같긴 해.
얘니?
한번 터지면 무서워.
오히려 약간
I don't think I've ever seen him mad.
They probably have.
Well,
because,
they
like,
would.
yeah.
They would.
None that got shown for,
Yeah, no.
for our side. Yeah.
Although it's like usually it's like the most polite people that are the scariest when they are mad, because I think it needs to build up to get certain people mad, and then
Yeah.
it's like the
And then it goes
scariest.
nuclear. Yeah.
더 조용하고
은근히 끌어올라. 그 얼굴 빨개지면서.
할 말 딱 하지 이엔이가.
아니면 하다가 지가 막 알아서 참아.
굳이 이제 티를 안 내는 거죠. 너무 힘들면 저도 티를 낼 때가 있지만 사소한 거 하나하나까지 굳이 티내고 싶지 않은 거죠. 제 기분이 안 좋은 걸로 인해서 다른 사람들이 피해 입는 걸 별로 안 좋아해가지고 굳이 이제 안 좋은 감정은 안 드러내려고는 하는 것 같아요. 나쁜 게.
I was like, it's not. I mean, I think the sentiment is good, but in the long run, is not a good way to live.
Like, it's not
Because,
100% healthy.
No, because it's like you don't want to like hide away the pain, because the same way that you're helping others, you would want to be helped as well. And that's me saying that I'm the worst person. I'm asking for help for
like
stuff.
Also, like first to be first, like the way we argue and fight goes to nuclear level so effing fast, because it's like the thing is,
but we've always fought that.
Oh yeah,
that way.
Because the thing is, when it's something wrong, I want to discuss it then and there,
and I don't want to talk about stuff.
And also, like, I have to coax things out of you because you never like want to discuss. But that's
nothing.
The thing.
That's like,
and
that's why I say that, because I keep it to myself, and then it gets bad.
I need to talk about things because I'm trying to prevent.
Ever.
I want to try and prevent them blowing up.
Yeah,
but
and
then
still
like it still happen because it's like we have two very different style of communication.
We also are very different on the way that we do things and we see certain things. So we've always like bumped heads. But the thing is, like, we are easy to easy to fight, but we're also easy to make up a little. Like we fight and then we're
like
okay. We're okay right after.
분을 티내지 않고 좋은 모습만 보여주자. 이게 제일 큰 것 같아요. 그냥
like people want all your sides, especially if it's friends and people that like you've shared this love and passion together for years. They'll be okay with all your sizes. You don't have to show only one side just to make them happy.
But also, you have to remember they're young.
Yeah, I know, but all of them, they have this stoic thing that they try to do. I know. That they love helping others, but they never want to be vulnerable the thing is, like, for the others.
There's like a lot of them, they're all doing the same thing.
That's the thing.
We talked about it in, like, was it in the Champion episode as well?
Like all
a
of them, they do the
thing.
Same thing. They want to give, never take, and they want to show only part of, because they don't want to be vulnerable, but they'll be also completely 100%
I don't think
okay
it's like
with each
not
other.
wanting to be vulnerable. Is more like not showing
the
to the other people that they're like sad or something, to not make them feel bad, like, as well.
Like because we don't know them, but from what we can see, they all
care.
Love each other a lot, so they could be a lot more freer with each other with their own vulnerabilities, and I think that will make the relationship altogether even better.
But I think it's like one of those things, like with all relationships, that it takes time, but also like with individuals, like trying to like show all your sides, good and the bad, is not easy, because it's like the first instinct is to only show the good side as
but that's only part,
especially
of
with people that you care for. But it takes time. Again, they're still very young, so I think it was like the same way that their relationship has changed and evolved in time since the first they met to now. Also, the way that they interact with each other will change with time as they mature and they realize that like certain things they not necessarily need to do with the other members, because they will care about each other and they wouldn't mind if they were more vulnerable in front of each other. But it is also something that it takes time to build up.
모습만 보여주자.
Do you think that they watch each other episodes?
No idea. The thing is, like,
Because
for me, I would think they do, but also they don't have a lot of free time.
fair.
And there is a lot of content that they film. So I don't know. But also sometimes when some of them are going live, others are watching the live. So I don't know. Maybe, possibly, not sure. Not all of it, but I think a lot they do watch.
그냥 나한테 있는 좋은 감정이 좋으니까 이 촬영이 있어서 촬영팀이 기분이 좋으면 저도 다시 또 기분이 좋아질 수 있는 거잖아요. 저부터 이제 일단은 지키자 이거죠.
증거 없는 것 같은데?
아 아니야 있을 거야. 왜냐면 승민이랑 게임 둘이 이렇게 막 숙소에서 하는 거 보면은
그 승부욕이 아니고 얘가 약 올려서 그래. 얘는 승부욕.
Yeah, it's not Ian's fault. It's just Sumin. It's just a Sumin thing. Also, because I think Ian and Sumin have a special relationship.
Yeah.
Because Ian is the only member that is younger than Sumin.
Yeah.
And they have this very kind of brotherly relationship, but also the kind of siblings that they fight.
Yeah, full on,
Like
full
us.
on. Yes,
Kinda.
yeah,
Not to that point,
not
because
to
we
that
fight a
point.
lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
Yeah. I think we both so hot-headed that it's impossible not to. And it's I fight you're the human being on this planet Earth that I fight the most with, and it's just because we know each other the most.
We can annoy each other in the worst way
but
possible.
we fully go nuclear.
Yeah.
I don't ever fight with anyone to the level that I fight with you.
Yeah.
And and when we were younger, during our teenage years, it was worse.
It was bad. It was
we're older now, so it's things have changed.
Yeah.
But it was but it was much worse when we were younger.
Yeah, when we were teenagers to 20s, there were some really bad ones.
Yeah, we had some.
Yeah.
But never lasting too long.
But also it's not just with you. I don't stay mad long with people.
And you know me, I try to understand and mediate and actually talk whenever if it's someone that I don't care about, I
doesn't matter because I just bye.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
But if it's if I have an argument or I have
a friend, a family member
with someone that I care about, the first thing I want to figure out is
their point of view.
No, but why did we end up in this situation, and then try to figure out where to go from there, how to avoid it and all that. So that's my first instinct.
이 문제가 아니야.
그 무슨 게임이었지?
피파 했을 때.
맞네. 아 피파 할 때 그때 승부욕이 있어.
아니 주방 식탁에서 둘이 마주보고 피파를 하고 있는데
그 노트 울고 뛰는 거야. 그때 내가 이제 늦게 시작하고 이현이가 날 알려주는 단계였어.
To make him angry. I'm gonna love the editors.
이현이가 날 알려주는 단계였어. 근데 이제 어느 정도 겨룰 그 시기가 된 거야. 그래서 3판 2선승 해가지고 이기는 사람한테 제일 비싼 그 카드팩을 사주자 이렇게 했었어. 근데 이제 이현이가 처음에 그래 감히 이게 덤벼 이런 식으로 했단 말이야. 근데 내가 재밌다. 거의 한 3대 빵 이렇게 얘를 괴롭히면 애가 완전 메달이 나온 거야. 그래서 막 화내면서 타주고 이게 그때 형 내가 화내서 미안하다. 진짜 진짜 화냈어. 화내서 막 미안하다고. 게임은 게임일 뿐인데 게임에 왜 이렇게 화내는지 모르겠다 자기가. 그래서 얘가 화낼 정도 네가
See, that's why you should never have anything that has actual real value as a wager for something that can be competitive.
If someone is competitive, already losing is bad. If you put in a bet on top of it, no. And as I said, we learned a long time ago that us competing against each other is not
bad.
good.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. So co-op games.
Yes. Even with board games. When we play board games with our friends, it's nasty. Like we're first of all, we're not allowed to be on the same team
Never.
because we have the shared twin power
Like
thing.
I remember, like we done one for funsies. Was it Taboo the game
Yes.
or something?
We
decimated
destroyed. We
everyone.
absolutely
Like,
destroyed.
there was not even a competition anymore.
Yeah,
at that
no, like something
point.
like Pictionary.
Yeah, as well.
Us together doing Pictionary, it's
As
not
well, yeah.
allowed. It's not allowed because it's unfair to anyone else.
Yep.
So yeah, no, even with our friends, there are rules.
Yes.
진짜 더럽게 한 거야 진짜로. 정정당당하게 이긴 거야.
예, 얄밉
That is not the face of someone that didn't play dirty
Yeah.
더럽게 한 거야
tricks.
진짜로. 정정당당하게 이긴 거야.
Yeah, right.
예, 얄밉게 하는 것도 전략이야.
얘는 나한테 짜증을 좀 내.
아 그래 형이 골라라 막 이런 거.
찐으로 짜증내? 그 음식 얘기하는 거지 지금. 딱 걸렸어 지금.
Okay.
얘가 얼마나 답답했으면 나한테 이럴까라는 생각.
너무 답답했어.
한 100개 중에 한 개 본 거다.
아 진짜?
많이 그러는구나 형.
많이 그래. 근데 난 그 반응 보는 게 너무.
One thing I do that it's like I shouldn't, but then like
Just the
it's-
one thing?
No,
There's a
you
lot
know
of
what I
things
mean.
that you do.
Like no, it's something that I do that I shouldn't, but it gives me too much joy. Is pushing people buttons.
Yeah. You're
Like,
a horrible people.
And it's
person.
like it's almost like when people tell you not to push the big red button and,
and
you
you
have
want
to push
yeah.
it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same.
You're
thing.
like
I shouldn't
you're-
do it.
Like the thing that annoys me the most is that I know what you're doing,
Uh-huh.
but it still bothers me because
that
you know,
or
you
when
know.
I say something weird and then I'm like, oh yeah, of course. That's not why. Like of
Yeah,
course
no.
it's like I meant it in a normal, natural way, and it was completely fine. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
It's like there is like those are the things that give me so much good
And annoy the
serotonin,
hell
and
out
annoy
of
the
me.
hell out of me.
There's so much.
Because I say something that absolutely like it's obviously a lie, and then I act like it's actually the truth just to amuse
But
myself.
the thing is, like, if you do it in real life, I don't care. But you've
Yes.
done it in videos
yes,
multiple times.
yes,
Multiple times.
because it amuses me.
I know.
I like to do it. I have a very distinct
Sense of humor.
humor that like it's very particular to me. And
And
I
you only-
only do it for my own enjoyment.
Mhm.
I like my
At
serotonin
my
weird
expense.
sometimes.
At my expense. A lot of the times. A lot of the times.
A lot of the times it's just me amusing myself with either saying things weird or doing things. Like one of the things that it's stupid that I love, it's when someone asks me if I can do something, I say no and I still do it, and it makes me chuckle for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Yeah.
I do that every now and then as well. Not as
Yeah.
much as you do.
Yeah.
너무 재밌어. 얘는 반응.
Yeah, that's the thing was like when
When you
Okay,
get people
it's
that
like
strong
when
reactions.
you don't like to have your nose booped, but you have the best reaction when you get your
Everyone-
nose booped.
everyone does
and
it
like
to me and it's
everyone
so
wants to do
annoying.
it. That's the
It's
thing
so
because you
annoying.
have the best reactions. And
It's
I'm not
so
gonna do it now
annoying.
because I'm not gonna do it now. But just so you know, it's a
No,
thing with friends
it's not
and
a thing.
family
It's
as
not
well.
a thing.
It is.
No one ever. Simo.
Okay.
No one ever does it.
Yeah.
She's
no.
lying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely
Mhm, mhm,
lying.
mhm, mhm.
Never been a thing. Not even once.
Okay. Listen to question and guess Ian start.
Okay.
Okay. I like these trivia.
Okay.
In order of who Ian dislikes, one who boasts, one who is tardy, one who butters up to someone.
I will say last.
Is it more dislike to least dislike?
Yes. So I will say butter up someone, boast and tardy. Tardy is not as bad as the other ones.
We have it on video.
We're not
We
talking
have it
about
on
me.
No,
We're
we
not
have it on
talking
video.
about me. We're not talking about me. Like, because you know the
You
thing-
just said that.
No.
You said that it's
No.
not as bad.
No.
You said
if
it
we're
is not
talking
as bad.
about me, the things that annoy me the most is people that lie, people that say things and they're not precise with it. So you say like, oh, this thing, but you're not 100% sure. So, or like when someone tells me something and then they do something different, or they don't follow up or something and promises. So we're not talking about me. Because number one,
all those things seem very personal, by the way.
Yes, but the one thing that pisses me most than anything else is if someone lies. That is the thing that pisses me off more than anything else. Apart from like actual like people being awful human beings.
Yeah, no,
but
that's a
in general,
that's a
separate thing. But in general, like people that lie.
I think
because in this case, like if it's someone who boasts, sometimes like you get to the point that is something that I actually changed, and in me, I used to be a lot more humble in the past, and I used to be a lot shy, and my personality evolved to the past that in the things that I know I'm good at, I will say like I'm good at this thing,
I'm horrible at that,
and I will say like I'm awful about it. But if it's something that I worked hard to get to a certain level, I'll be like confident about it, and then it will be, it's not like without being arrogant, but I will say like, no, I'm damn good at doing this thing or that thing because I worked my bum off to get to that level.
But that's the thing, like
so with the people that boast, for me, if it's like, if they're boasting, but if it's not an exaggerated thing,
if it's an actual thing, like
I'm completely fine.
I think it's more
they're just,
confidence.
Yes, but they're just being proud of a certain thing.
Yeah.
So if it's someone that boasts, but it's making it bigger than it is, then different story. In that case, I wouldn't like them. If someone that is butter up to something, I will feel like they're slimy and I will dislike them as a person, but it doesn't affect nothing. I'm not a person that is ever late.
Same.
Unless like something massive happens. I'll be the person that like, I sometimes go to work like an hour early just to sit down, maybe enjoy some food, have coffee, chill, and get ready in time. Like if I have an appointment, I will go to a place like half an hour early, find a coffee place, and enjoy coffee while I wait. Or if I'm going to a hospital appointment and stuff like that, when I don't know how long I'll be either on my phone or I'll bring like my Steam Deck or something and play games, depending on
no, same for me. I'm
never late.
I'm always early for everything, and I was like, if I know I need to take a train to be on time, I would take like the train before, so that I'm early. So if anything happens, I'm still going to be there before the time that I'm supposed to be there. And a lot of it is also like compensating for stuff. I feel like I really don't want to be late for things. Because I forget a lot about stuff, appointments, a lot of the time.
I put reminders.
So I put reminders. I make sure that I don't miss them. So for me, I'm never going to be late to anything. I always show up early. So it's like, the thing was like, myself, I make sure I'm not late. If it's someone that is late on occasion, I think it's okay. But if it's someone that is always late, every single time, it kind of feels like disrespectful. Is it they don't care for your time?
I've seen it in colleagues. It piss me off a lot, because there are people that are serious late, even if they don't have a long commute.
The boastness for me personally is not that bad. Unless it's like people that like making it
stuff bigger,
they're just lying. And like buttering up is bad, but it depends on the situation for me. Unless it's like someone that is just like creepy level.
But it's like, for me, for the being late in all the years that I worked like in this country, because it's like back when I had my own business, So
it
it's
doesn't
different, but
doesn't
also I've
matter.
never been late. So there was one time that I was late to work because I was taking the tube and the train got stuck in between two stations. Absolutely.
Nothing you can do
for
about
an
that.
hour and a half. There was nothing I can do.
Was it? Tell me, it was in the winter at least, because
I
in
don't
the summer
remember.
that's
No,
hell.
it was not boiling hot, but it was uncomfortable
Yeah.
and slightly stinky. And then there was like one time that I didn't realize the time, and I thought it was a different day, and I was like, and I was accidentally late, but I ended up being late like by 5 minutes, because usually I'm always early. So I kind of like almost, and there was one time that there was issues with transport,
Yeah,
and
you
I was
cannot-
like, oh, I might be late, and I was 2 minutes late. Like that is the level. Like the only time that I ended up arriving to work crazy, I was 2 hours late.
It was the tube one.
The tube one, because then like I couldn't take that tube, so I had to change to a different line, take a train, and then take another tube. So I ended up being crazy late, but there was absolutely nothing I can do.
Also, the thing that I've done a lot of times, like with the train, like taking the earlier train so that I can sit, and also so that it's not super crowded, because I do not do well with crowds. I like,
apart from the fact that the tube is disgusting.
yeah, no, that besides that point, I don't like having too many people around me, and like I was like, I'm comfortable in those situations. That's why I want to sit down, so I'm not like squished between people, and I don't like being crowded in general. So
there was like the famous time that it was like, this is mental, I should never done it, that I was in massive pain, and I was like, I texted my boss because I was the one supposed to open, and in the middle of the night, massive pain, I was supposed to open, and like I still went to work, started working and everything, and then
we fought about that one.
And after my boss arrived in, I sat on the floor and called, because I needed to go to the hospital, and I had surgery less than 24 hours after. But I was still early. I opened. I was.
You had emergency surgery.
I know.
You like.
I know.
We fought about that one. I
Yes,
was so
because it was
angry
stupid.
because it was like when I was about to move here. I literally like I was coming in. As I think it was like less than a week after that. And I was like, I knew you were having health issues.
Yeah, but
for
I was
like
supposed to have like the surgery
long.
in September,
And you
and
had-
it ended up. Was it in June that I had
Yeah,
it instead?
in June.
Yeah, I think it was in June, because it was.
But then I was like, the thing was like, I got angry because I was like, first of all, you should have gone directly to the hospital.
fair. Yeah.
It was like crazy bad situation wise.
But I've learned a lot since then.
You still
like-
do that kind of stuff,
But a lot less. But a lot less.
Anyway,
Less than I used to do before.
still. We were like weird thing with like work stuff where we
like
we go to work a lot of times where we should not be going
it's
to
like
work.
it's also like the thing is, it's the one thing, like the standards that I have for me are very different than the standards that I have for other
Everyone
people.
else. Same.
To be fair with you, I kind of take you a lot similar to the standards that I have for me, so I put you into the same standards that I put for myself a lot more with you than I do
But
with
it's a
other
different
people.
situation.
But
It's a
the
different
point is like, oh,
situation.
if someone else is making a mistake, then it's normal. Mistakes are natural.
If I make a
if I make a
mistake,
mistake, like that's
it's the worst thing.
I will never
It will
ever make that mistake again.
It will
I
ruin my
do
year.
everything in my power to absolutely never ever make that mistake again.
It's fine.
It's not going to happen twice. It's already bad that it happened once.
It's okay. Anyway, I think for Ian would be, in order of worst to best, it would be tardiness, buttering up, and boast.
And I said buttering up, boast, tardy last.
1번 아첨하는 사람 제일 싫어할 것 같아. 아부가 무슨 느낌?
아부가 뭐야?
이해나 착하고 천사고.
아첨 허세.
허세를 제일 싫어하려나?
뭔가 이엔이 앞에서 허세 부리면은 싫어할 것 같아.
아 그래서 하는 게 싫은 것 같아.
네.
Catching strays like that.
conversation. It wasn't prepared for that person who hit. Oh my god. That's
You say
stung.
Changbin sometimes has like those little zingers that like come out of the left field.
Yeah.
With no.
hit hard
Yeah.
target. Woof.
그렇구나. 나 허세 많이 부려?
Like did he say I see and then realize what?
나 자아성찰할 뻔했잖아.
아, 허세 없지.
뭔가 허세는 약간 저런 사람이지 약간 이렇게 넘어갈 것 같고.
EN이 성격상 허세 부리는 사람은
But that's the thing, it's different. Like if someone is confident in their ability and if someone is just blowing himself like to a bigger
Yeah.
thing, and it's like it's very different.
It's a difference between like being proud of what you achieved and like or what your level of skills and the work that you put in something, or someone makes it bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Or always like talking about how good they are or that.
캔이 좀 순해가지고.
막 아부 떠는 사람을 이해는 너무 그래요?
그래.
아, EN이한테 하는 거야 아부를.
근데 아부를 많이 하고 다니는 사람은 별로 안 좋아할 수 있겠다.
근데 지각도 겁나
It's
싫어.
like if it's me, Yunjin doing it to Aye, it's different than someone else.
Fair.
In
that
if
case,
it's one of the
don't-
members-
I never butter up to people. I sometimes do the opposite. I full on sometimes do the opposite. And it's like, okay, if they like me, they like me. If they don't like me,
For
that's
me,
their
it's
own
not.
problem.
I don't. For
like,
me,
I am
don't,
nice person and I'm polite, but I
Yeah,
don't
no,
butter up to people.
I am nice to everyone, but I don't just like. I'm not like extra nice to someone just to get something out of them. Never.
And not even like to people in power, because it's like
Oh,
I
that
find
even less.
power hierarchy doesn't actually have a lot of importance for things, because just because you're in a position
That's
doesn't
a
mean that,
neurospicy thing as well.
yeah.
But we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Some.
But
other
yeah, no,
time.
I don't do that. Like I a lot of times do the opposite.
No, I'm just nice to people. I'm not
Yeah.
extra nice to anyone for like other reasons, but no, I'm just nice. Unless they're being like horrible to me, and then that's another thing.
or
depending-
to others in front of me, then good luck.
Oh yeah. It depends on the situation as well, because sometimes
Yeah.
it's like if it's in a workspace, you can only do so much,
Depends on the workplace,
and
it
depends
on the
also
thing.
on the things that have
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
것 같은데.
1번 허세, 2번 아첨, 3번
지각. 나
Okay,
Okay.
so similar to yours,
Let's
but
see
different
what-
from mine as well.
Let's see what I
승우야
answer.
똑같아.
난 1, 2번 반대로.
난 리노랑 동의.
일단 1위는 허세 부리는 사람 싫어하고 그렇게 살아도 되는데 그냥 내 옆에 두고 싶지도 않고 저는 그런 사람이 안 되고 싶은 게 제일 큰 것 같아요. 2위는 아첨하는 사람 싫어하고 3위는 지각하는 사람인데 지각은
I don't think we got it right. No.
I
저도
got
가끔 해서
closer than you.
너무 싫어한다 이건 아니지만 시간 약속은 항상 잘 지키려는 편입니다.
이현이 고집.
Okay, so that was personal.
But also it's the fact that I think like half the group is punctual and half a group
Is
they
like
go to the line of
time is relative.
yeah. Like there has been one case that I actually missed an appointment, but it's because I forgot.
I missed an appointment recently.
remember-
I had a dentist appointment
It
close to the holidays,
and you completely
and
forgot.
because of other things that were happening at the time, I wasn't checking my email properly, and I thought the appointment was
A different
date.
Yeah.
So I didn't go on the day, and then on the day after, which was the one that I thought it was, I was checking my email to check what time I had
You
the appointment,
realized.
and I realized that I missed the appointment.
No,
the
there was
previous
one
day.
time that I had an hospital appointment that was early in the morning before going to work, because it's like majority of works I do, if there is a shift, I always go for the late shift because I'm not a morning person.
No.
So there was this morning that I put the alarm early because I needed to go to the appointment. So I woke up, it was early. I'm like, oh my God, I woke up so early. I started doing things like slow and calm. I'm like, I have so much time.
You forgot why you
I forgot why I woke up early. I went and had breakfast in this cafe near work, arrived really early, and I didn't realize until halfway through my shift that I forgot my hospital appointment, because I think it was like mom that texted me, oh, how did the thing went or something. I'm like, oh my God, full on. Like I didn't realize why I woke up early.
The thing with
I was
me,
thinking it's so chill and calm. Oh my God, I have so much time.
The thing is, like, with me, the funny thing with, like, because I had an appointment to the dentist to get mouth guard to put at night because I grind my teeth a lot. And I was like, it's painful, and it also is ruining my teeth as well. So because I only had to go to pick it up, and the dentist was supposed to show me how to use it, it was like a short appointment. So me missing it.
Is it not pretty obvious how to use?
They have to do it anyway.
Fair.
Also,
in case people, no, there are people that are stupid. So I think it's it's good.
I've used one before. I also had braces and I had a retainer, so I know how to do.
But in general, like, I think it's good that they show people how to use stuff, because
Just
there
in
are
case.
some people that are
also they have to check the fit, because even
fair.
if they take a mold, sometimes it may be
Not fit
painful,
right.
or like sometimes the edges may be hurting your gums, so they have to like adjust it. So I'd be like, I called the following day. I was super apologetic. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, and they're like, no, it's fine. I was like, the doctor was actually happy because they got a break in between two cases, because it was like a 15-minute appointment. If it was like an actual proper long appointment, I would have been mortified, and I still was, even for that.
Yeah, that's why.
one.
So like, if ever something happens that I have to, maybe it's something that you put a deposit down and I have to cancel last minute, I'm like, I'm so sorry and stuff. And like, like, take the money. I never understand when people are like, they either no show for something or cancel, and then they're rude about it. I'm like, you're the one in the wrong. What the heck?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
고집불통입니다. 진짜 세지. 이해는 고집 세지.
이게 맞다, 이게 옳다라고 생각하면은 그걸 끝까지 밀고 가지.
근데 아닌 경우가 좀 많긴 했었어.
그건 그래.
We both are very
full
stubborn.
Yeah.
그래서 너무 귀여워.
그러다 아니네 하고 이제 포기.
극적. 뒤끝 없고 가식도 없고
보인 대로
꾸밈이 없어 얘가.
그치.
That's
완전
good.
상남자.
걔 완전
상남자.
안상남.
걔가 뭐 한 입으로 약간 두말하는 거 많이 못 봐서.
이현이가 자기 자신한테 엄격한 타입 아닌가?
좋게 말하면 좀 이제 규칙 선을 잘 지키는 건데, 나쁘게 말하면 융통성이 없죠. 제가 어땠냐면은 이제 20살 되면은 술을 마실 수도 있잖아요. 휴가를 받게 되면 이제 부산에 내려가면 친구들 만나서 이제 괜히 막 걱정되는 거예요. 이거 먹다가 찍히면 어떡하지? 이러면서 밖에서 20살 때 한 번도 안 마셨어요. 좀 피곤하게 사는 스타일이긴 한데, 맞춤법은
Is putting himself to a higher standard.
Yeah, again, we can't say anything about that because we do that too. But I think it's like being inflexible on certain things is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because like I have a very like strict moral compass. And like the standards that I have for myself, I would expect other people to follow. Like just being nice and polite in general.
Just be a decent human being.
Being a decent human being and respecting others is something that I always try to do. And I would expect other people to do the same for me. And it's not always the case. So that's one of the things. I was like, if it's something like I do not accept like people hating on people for dumb reasons.
And by that mean like for any reason that it's like there's no foundation, like for someone's like race, for someone's like
skin color,
for someone like
sexuality,
nationality
or
of origin,
or whatever.
For anything that is like all of those things
or
that
like health or stuff like ableism is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like both of you and me, like as we're growing up, as we're getting older, we're trying to be even better at those things, because you realize sometimes there are certain things that you didn't understand when you were younger, and you're expanding even more and being even more careful for different things.
But I've always tried to be like nice and polite to everyone in general. I think that's I don't know if it goes with like being neurodivergent, that you tend to have like stricter morals sometimes.
Oh no, it's quite literally like neurodivergent
like,
people
because I
have way stronger morals.
I've always been the kind of person, I never would do anything like against the law, or like even driving. If there are like a speed limit, I'm never going to go above that and stuff like that. Was it always very careful about stuff like that. But like I've seen, like when I see other people, especially if it's like people that are close to me, like friends and family, I would tell them to their face, and I'll be like angry, depending on the things, because it's like I've had a lot of instances with fighting with people in our
as well,
family, relatives, because they said something homophobic or something racist. I would get up in their face. Like,
we had arguments. Like I remember, like one time one of our family members saying like, oh, you can only love the kids that are genetically yours, and I was like, what does it mean? Like that, if like no one that has adopted kids, they love them, because there is also a lot of cases of people that they have kids and they don't love them and stuff, and it's like a lot of those
the thing is like the thing
that
there's like you can have kids on accident, but you cannot adopt kids on accident. Also, they have to go through so many more loops. They have to go through like a lot of checks and stuff. So I was like, I would believe like a lot of adopting parents love their children more sometimes than some biological parents in certain cases. But yeah, no, I've always have like very strict morals and like sense of justice for things in general. But that's it.
Yeah. Though we used to go into so many arguments.
Spelling or grammar mistakes, that's your favorite pastime, is it?
I'm dyslexic.
No, also you don't care about like punctuation.
I very rarely use punctuation.
It's not just the being dyslexic, it's also like punctuation.
It's actually like, it's
Who's
funny.
That girl?
You might have noticed recently some of my texts have more punctuation, and it's just because the new version of the autocorrect that
does it for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah, it's not me.
I know it's not.
It's not
I know.
me.
Trust me, I know it's not you.
Actually,
I've known you your whole life.
I need to reset my autocorrect again, because I'm starting to write weird again. Yeah.
키면 어떡하지? 이러면서 밖에서 20살 때 한 번도 안 마셨어요. 좀 피곤하게 사는 스타일이긴 한데 맞춤법은 네.
As the drinking age thing, I've drunk a lot before I was legal.
We're Italian.
That was like.
You try your first sip of alcohol when you're a kid.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. Like I wouldn't buy the alcohol or try to pretend to be older to buy the alcohol.
Yeah, no, never.
But if I having
never
a dinner,
even done that for going out. Like
when other people have it and they offer it to me, I'm not gonna say no, even if I'm not fully an adult.
Yeah.
And I was like, never drink and drive, never have substances at drive. Also, never have substances in general.
Apart from prescription medication.
Doesn't count. With my anxiety, I would 100% have a panic attack if it tried.
I definitely had passive smoke a couple of times. Though.
Same.
I do definitely.
I may or may not have gone to private school for 1 year, and people that go in private school, they love their herbs.
Yep.
And we'll leave it at that. But I never participated.
Mm-hmm. And even now, like both of us, we don't drink for different reasons.
띄어쓰기나 이런 거.
Yeah, just to be clear, with you it's because you take medication. With me, I have stomach issues, and I really never cared for alcohol in the first place. So it's like it's not this hard thing to give up because I never got into it.
I've drunk alcohol stuff like recreationally with people, but it's never been a thing that I liked
I never
enough.
got the taste for alcohol.
And also has never been like such an important thing for me.
Also,
So it's
even
like-
when we were younger, I
was
used
ever
to be
a
I used to be the
non-issue.
driver.
The
So
designated
there
driver.
was the case even when I was younger and we were going out with friends and everyone else was drinking. I was the sober one because I was driving. And the main reason I wanted to be the driver is because I do like driving and I like also driving others people's cars as well. So being the sober one, I had the opportunity to always be the one driving. So I had no issues with it.
No, but for me is also the thing with alcohol that is like I don't need alcohol to have fun. I think a lot of people use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
But also there are certain situations like thing that I found a lot when I started working in London that they have the pub
Yeah,
kind of mentality, like
social
going
thing.
at the pub on a Friday after work and like having drinks and like it sometimes it's not just like used as a crutch with like friends. Sometimes it's like situational where you are offered even if you necessarily don't
and I'll drink
to.
some like fizzy drink instead.
No, but I would say people that can drink. I'm not talking about me. That
Yeah.
they have some sort of like
But technically, I could drink if I
Influence.
wanted to, but I just don't want to.
I can't. Not
Like,
with the medications that
There
I'm
is
on.
some meds that if I'm taking, I can't. But there is occasions sometimes that I'm not on those ones.
I
That
am
if
not
I
allowed.
wanted to, I could. But it doesn't agree with my stomach. It's expensive, and I don't care about alcohol,
Yeah.
so I don't.
Yeah. Also, it's like you don't need it to have fun in general.
No.
I mean, I'm weird enough. I don't need alcohol. Also, it's like I only got drunk the one time in my entire life, and it was when I was on a medication that basically made my alcohol tolerance lower.
Yep.
So I'm not even sure that counts.
Oh, I did get
And-
drunk many times when
I
I,
know
was
you
younger.
did.
But I
I know
always
you
get
did.
I always get like two things that happen. And it's like one, I get even more cuddly.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
horrible.
and then I get sleepy.
It's horrible.
And then
It's
I get
horrible.
sleepy.
It's horrible. Well, like when we were friends together, you got drunk and I was like stone cold sober. Even if I was drinking as well, which weird, we're twins. We should have like a similar thing. But it's like having you being like super cuddly and then like, no, I want to go home. And I'm like, I'm still super
I'll
awake.
end up asleep
I'm having
in a
fun.
corner.
Asleep in a corner
Yeah.
with like one of the friends like checking on you. But yeah, no. It's never been a thing for me in general. And like I don't miss it. I don't care
never
for
got
it.
the taste for it. No, the only
I've never
alcohol,
caved to
the only
peer
alcohol,
pressure for
no,
anything.
I don't.
Which apparently also a neurodivergent thing. Peer
Yeah.
pressure doesn't
Same
work.
as like those ads and stuff. They
They
don't
don't work.
for me. Unless it's like something that I was like, oh, this is something that I'm looking already for buying and stuff. And in that case, yes.
Impulse buy is different though.
No. But
For
if it's
peer
something that
pressure.
already I'm thinking about buying, I forgot what I was saying.
It's okay. We should be going back to the
No,
video
I
regardless.
forgot what I was saying. What was I
It's a
saying?
13-minute video and we're over an hour.
Fair.
Good that you forgot. Let's go back.
그래서 밖에서 20살 때 한 번도 안 마셨어요. 좀 피곤하게 사는 스타일이긴 한데 맞춤법은 네, 꼭 지키려고 하는 것 같아요. 띄어쓰기나 이런 거. 맞춤법 이게 맞나? 헷갈릴 때면은 맞춤법 검사기 끼고 다 검사해보고 띄어쓰기가 하나 잘못되면은 그 줄 가가지고
People should double check before they send messages.
I
So at least people know what they mean, or at least it's actual words.
Like, listen, whenever I notice that my autocorrect is starting to correct right things into wrong stuff, I like update it. That is as
Eventually.
much as I can give you.
그리고 띄어쓰고 다시 보내거든요. 그냥 회사에서 맞춤법 잘해야 된다 해가지고 그게 습관이 되다 보니까 그렇게 돼버렸어요.
I mean, it's a good thing to have in general. But although in text I try not to use punctuation because I used to do it like writing proper in messages to people and like people told me off about it.
Definitely don't have that issue.
And like that was one of the things
I like
also,
emojis though. I like emojis to convey.
Oh,
like,
in text messages, yes.
Yes.
But I've had people like told me like at work stuff that was like super like I needed to chill because I was very like too formal at times. But that's
with
different.
emails.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. No,
also I have the default proper. So when I'm angry, I would go like super duper formal, like excessively so. I would use the biggest words that I can think of, and like.
No, I go different. I go with the least amount of words possible when I'm pissed off with someone.
No.
And then it's like, and then it goes from. It goes depending on the level.
You should see some
It
emails.
goes from kind regards to just Francesca at the end.
Did I show you
like
that?
to the level?
Did I show you the email that I
No.
sent the other day?
Oh,
that was like
Yeah.
super formal.
Yeah.
Like it was like big paragraph. And I was like, it was
yeah.
like, okay,
You were pissed.
like yeah,
You were pissed.
yeah,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah. No, me,
I was like
I love
super polite. There was like it was perfectly polite, but I was telling the person off because they were asking something that was unreasonable. Also, it's something that I already sent to a colleague
Yeah.
of them, and it was like around the holidays on top of
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, quite literally on Christmas Eve. That was like messed up.
Yeah.
That was messed up.
Yeah.
But it's like with me, when I write, apart from the fact that I don't check and I don't punctuate, nothing, at least I make sure that my intent of the emotion, it's clear.
Yeah.
So I do use emotes to just show anything in.
And work stuff too.
I've done that multiple
Oh yeah, no,
times.
but it was like when you
But
sending
it's
like messages
casual
to a
thing.
client,
I don't send messages to clients.
you don't email clients
No.
for appointment stuff.
It's automated stuff.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The only work correspondence that I have is
Our
with
work
my
experience is very different.
boss. So if I'm texting
But
with
it's
my
very
boss,
casual.
it's casual with emojis
Yeah.
and stuff. Very. If I'm email, it's still on the casual side, but slightly more formal. But it's very very casual. It's not that strict.
이엔이 한때 샐러드만 먹었을 때 있었어요.
대단해.
밥 시켜주고 막 이렇게 있는데 이엔이 거만 혼자 샐러드 빡.
그 독한 놈이야 너.
도끼가 아우. 그러니까 이런 관리를 해야 된다. 이거
Yeah, the thing is like I don't believe those diets actually keep them.
Also, it's not
fit.
healthy because you're not having like your full nutrients.
You don't
I'm
have
actually
carb.
I'm actually so sad that Sean said it and Felix was like amazing, and I'm like no, you're getting like one tiny chunks of the nutrients that you need. No minerals, no vitamins, no nothing. That's not healthy.
Well, salads would have vitamins,
like, but not the
like the full
entirety of
spectrum.
calories.
You need
and
like
nutrients that
proteins. You need like carbs.
Even if you have supplements, that's not healthy.
Yeah, no. You should have variety of food.
Yeah.
You should never like starve yourself
No.
to be fit. First of all, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Diet don't work because of the way they affect your body. Because when
It's only temporary and then it can mess up your metabolism.
and it could actually make it work. It's better to find a good balanced diet that has all the nutritional aspects that you need without going into calorie deficit, and instead supplement with like workouts, exercise stuff, rather than depriving yourself from
calories,
from nutrition, because that can only harm you. And it's like, especially like if you're young, at a young age.
From someone like we battled with our weight and with diet
Yes.
like our entire life.
Yes.
Like since teenage years. Plus like we had like some other like unhealthy relationship with food because of loads of things.
Yes, various
But,
reasons.
like I've tried like 20 million diets
They
my
don't work.
entire life. I've been loads of different weights. and like it doesn't work for everyone. And what I found, that the point where I was actually at my thinnest, I didn't like how I looked, I didn't like how I felt, and it was not great. And it wasn't because it was a diet, it was actually health issues that I had that brought me to get to that point. But then like all the diets and different things that I tried in
You
the
still don't
years,
like seeing pictures for that time?
No.
But you were like dangerously skinny.
Yeah, but it was because
of reasons.
Yes. So I had
health issues.
I had an emergency surgery that like caused me then like to take an entire year to be able to eat solids again.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just, it was,
and that was like, it was a fight, like putting weight on at first.
Yes, that's why actually it's the main reason why I got the taste for sweet drinks, because back then I was struggling to, because I couldn't eat a lot and I couldn't eat any solids for a good chunk. So my way of adding calories was with certain things, like using more sugar for some stuff, and then I had to teach myself to go back lower to a lower
still
place.
Drink stuff that is way
I know,
sweet.
but it's a lot less sweet than I used to, because for an entire year I was desperately trying to keep the calories up, so I was adding the things that I could the way that I could. But in general, like from someone that struggled with weight, and I've done loads of different diets, what I found, and that it was difficult for me, is that I can like lose the weight if I'm in a calorie deficit for a prolonged time, but I tend to plateau really fast. So what I had to do is like I had to go from this calorie deficit to this calorie deficit to this calorie deficit, and it's not ever been sustainable because healthy. So I reached a point that I'm like, I prefer being healthy and happy than not having counting like,
but it's
all
also
the
like you
calories
have also different circumstances as well. Because of your health issues, you cannot exercise as much
now, because back then, like a few years ago, I managed to find like a good healthy balance with my food, but I was exercising like 3 times a week regularly. But then I started having issues with my health that make exercising more and more difficult.
Then
so
like the whole COVID thing situation,
fair.
And like,
but also like even though I didn't change at all the way I was eating, I started to put on more and more weight without doing anything wrong. And it was just because I was not exercising.
Well, some
as
of
much
it
as
is
I was.
not exercising as much. Some of it is age, but also is also
like
the
my
fact that
metabolism
like
sucks as well.
There's a big genetic part into it, but like
because
for you
if not, we wouldn't
specifically,
have the same issues. If there is not a genetic component to it.
No, but for me, there are various things as well. But the other part is also that because of your health situation, because you're in constant pain and have issues with your joints,
also some of the
exercising
is
is
difficult, and also some of the medications that I take make me put more weight as
Same.
well. On top of it all. So it's not that simple, but
in general, like going into calorie deficit is never the answer.
Or doing like restrictive diets.
It's never
It's
good.
usually balanced, moderate diet or balance without excess. It's always better than calorie restriction. Like a balanced diet with exercise, it will always
and there's
be
also
better
a
than
big
that.
thing about like having a healthy relationship with food. Because there is a lot of like guilt association to like sometimes eating something that you're not supposed to have. It's all about a balance, and like eating disorders unfortunately are very common and are very difficult to get over. And a lot of times there are various factors that don't make things easy in one one
But on another
side or the other, but
Yes.
it's never good to go into
but it's not just that.
deficit.
Like I think in one
Especially
way,
young people.
yes, but in one way they have to be themselves very careful because they're idols, and they have a ton of fans that are young.
Yeah.
So putting in on and saying something like this, it's okay and good. It's
That's
not
not-
good because it makes people think that that's what they should do. So I just think they should be a little bit more careful when they talk about diets,
Especially when they go
because-
into crazy diets.
Yes,
Because
because
you do not want
they
people
can
to follow that.
influence some impressionable young people, and it's like, and I know they're not
And the
the
thing
only
is,
one.
like,
They
they're
do
the
it.
impressionable young people that,
They
got that
influenced
onto
Yeah,
them.
They were the young impressionable people that got, like, basically with their training and all the people telling them those things, they got put in the place that they think this is normal and this is acceptable. But then on their side, they need to at some point realize this is not good, and they should be a lot more careful about saying those things. On my side, I always love, like, Lino and Shambin, that they always tell people, like, and Chan also said, like,
Yes.
weight is not a thing, just you be happy. And it's like Lino always said to them, just eat like as you do. Chambin always said that. So there is, like, some member of the group as well that I love, that they remind the ones that they struggle a little bit with the diet, they do remind them to eat and make sure that they
But
eat
I think
well.
the thing that the members that have mentioned, they're also the people that have their own struggles with it, and I'm a bit conflicted to it because I know it's not a good thing for them to say it, but on the other side, I'm glad that they're saying so people can notice
That they're having issues with
that
it,
there
yeah.
potentially is a problem, and maybe like other members can help it
Because
as
it's
well,
something that
or family members, because
But it's
the
something
company
you
is not gonna
probably
do
noticed,
anything,
like,
and I
we
love the
see-
fans don't care.
Okay, I noticed because I know you noticed as well.
Yeah.
We've seen in, even recently, there was like a Racha log episode, and it was like, was it Felix, Chambin and Lino, right?
Yeah.
And then they went to a restaurant, and it was like Felix was saying, "Oh, I'm already full," and he only ate a couple of bites. But then, as they were together, he ate more than probably
Yes.
would have ate if he was
Normally.
alone.
Yeah.
And they tend to, I've seen it happen, and a few of them help the other
Yes.
make sure that they
Yes.
eat well,
Yes.
especially when they're
I've
together.
commented
So I
on that
I
a lot,
noticed that
like
they
when
do that.
other members make sure that the
they
members
eat
that
well.
have these kind of struggles eat when they are together.
Yes, because I noticed that.
Because that's the thing, like, that's why I'm conflicted, because I know that they've also,
But also, like, I don't think they realize.
No.
I don't think they realize, because they wouldn't never say something that they think that it would be bad in that way. But on the other side, like, that mention of that diet and Felix going, like, amazing, I'm like, no, darling,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
know,
amazing.
I know,
That's not
I know.
good.
But unfortunately, it's one of those things that is rotten in the industry.
Yes.
Because they've been influenced since young that need to appear a certain way. They
yeah.
keep getting influenced that way because they have to be a certain way, keep being a certain way for, like, the fans and, like, the company and whoever. So it's not the best environment to have a
Like,
healthy
even like recently,
diet.
like at the end of the year, like Chambin that apologized because he didn't show his abs. What if he doesn't have abs? Who gives
Who
a
cares?
F? Who gives a fuck? Like, he looks healthy.
He looks
happy.
amazing.
He's so fit.
It's stronger
like,
than all of you, most of you.
like, and the thing is that, like, he's fit. is healthy, and if he has or doesn't have abs, it doesn't owe you abs. It doesn't owe abs to no one. And there is a ton of strong men in a lot of sport that they don't have a sculpted six-pack. That means absolutely nothing. And I'm so annoyed that he ended up apologizing for not showing his body. What the actual fuck? Like, he's his own person. It doesn't owe abs to no one.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing, as like sometimes when you are like in the public eye, there is a lot of pressure
for sure
on the way that you look,
and I don't like it.
Yeah, no.
I definitely don't like it.
But it is there, and the only thing that I'm glad that some of the other members
they're looking out for
each other. And if they do say certain things like this, that they 100% they're not saying it intentionally having a bad effect on people.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't otherwise.
Yes.
I think it's more like they think that that's the right thing to do for them.
Yeah.
And even if they are not necessarily correct,
trying to lead by example, even because I don't think that's what they want.
It's a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah, but there is certain things that I really, really love, because I'm one of those people. No, I just want to say, like, I'm one of those people, and you're similar to me. I pay attention. To things. So there is a few things that I notice with them that it makes me like them more. For example, like Ian and Felix, that they had the struggle with food, and you see they still have, and the other members making sure they eat well
when they are together.
The thing that, like, Han rocks his leg a lot with nervousness, same as you do. And Lino, when they sit, it always sits next to one, and he puts either his leg next to him or his hand to help him calm himself when it does. And he does it on purpose, because when his leg is touching him, it does it less. And sometimes when he notices, it helps him, like, stop it. And
there's been like the one specific clip that I've seen,
because I noticed
Han bouncing his leg during an interview, Lino putting his hand on his knee to help him, and for him to stop, because sometimes
it's
do
just
it
anxiety.
You do not
it's
not even anxiety,
like,
it's just a steam
realizing.
also. You don't do it without realizing. Sometimes it's nothing to do with anxiety. It's something that just, if you have this, it will happen regardless, and a lot of times without noticing. So the fact that he's attentive to help, and also, like, there was the interview where Chan looked back and he smiled because he knew what was happening,
because he was paying attention.
But that's the thing that I like about them, because they care about each other, and when there are like problems or issues,
they help each other.
But
it's the thing, as like, Hyunjin was uncomfortable because people were judging him for his good looks instead of his merits.
I'm so happy he shaved his head.
Yes, but also the fact that, like,
and
Chanbin always one second.
And when he shaved his head, although he had to edit those pictures, there was a big middle finger in the background.
I love
that. Was 100% intentional, because
I
the pictures
loved for him to keep it.
Yeah, you know, you can't.
I know.
That middle finger thing was in the background in different positions of the photos, in different places.
I would have
doesn't have multiple of
that. But to be fair, I have no issues.
So you know that was intentional.
And you notice that Chanbin always says is the visual of the group, and he does it to deflect the visual from Hyunjin, because he used to feel uncomfortable because people used to compliment mainly for his look and not his skill,
his talent.
And it's like the same thing as Chan, whenever they have like English speaking interviews, they always try to have the members that they used to speak less English, or Lino, always make sure they're involved, making sure all of them that are involved with
or
things.
when they're he translates when they don't feel like speaking in English.
Apart from
as well.
that time that he was translating and Changbin went on that massive long tirade.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
like,
no,
I hate you for that. But they do a lot of tiny little things that I do.
It's like,
some,
Sumin is always making sure the other eats.
Yes,
Sumin
as well. It
is,
does that as
especially a lot
well.
of times, he makes sure that Chan eats
yes.
as much.
Yeah.
Because you know that Chan is always thinking
taking
about the
care
other.
of the others without taking care
So
of
there's
himself.
like, they all do these little things to help each other. So
Yeah.
when things like this, it's not something that goes away easy.
No.
Because of the role that they have, because they're adults, because of the industry and everything. It is,
And it's already eating disorders. They're really, really, really difficult to
in
get
general
away
when
with
you're not in
general.
front of the public 24/7.
Yeah.
So
And like with maybe some people in the company that maybe like they
are not
encourage
helping
it.
and they
Yeah.
encourage it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We always get so inflamed with certain conversations.
it's like because we care about them and we don't want them to struggle, and we understand because we've had similar issues ourselves, or we know
or
people,
just because
or
we're nice people that we care about people.
Yeah, but also
just
like
that, even
we-
if it's not the same struggles.
No, I mean, we've had our own struggles.
Struggles,
So when
yeah.
we see other people that we care for struggle, we want the best for them.
Yep. But it's nice seeing that they do take care of each
Yes.
other for loads of things.
Yeah.
까지 지키고 하는 스타일인 게 진짜
운동할 때 마지막 하나가 근성장을 촉진시키잖아. 근데 그 마지막 하나를 해내는 악발이. 나 그걸 정말 배우고 싶어.
아 이거 또 운동 얘기 나오니까 또 가만히 있을 수가 없는데
한숨 잘해 얘들아.
최근에 제일 신기했던
Oh no, it's starting.
Fair.
Look, he's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
거는 운동도 가려가면서 해요. 그러니까 전거근을 강화하는 운동이에요. 그러면 형 나 이거 안 해. 전거근 타이트해지면은 노래할 때도 불편하고 막 이런 식으로 되게 그런 쪽으로도 되게 열심히 해요.
I think Sumin is similar that I think he mentioned that he doesn't want to work out as much because he doesn't want to potentially build up muscle that could compromise his singing.
Yeah.
멋있어. 진짜 멋있어.
제가 항상 중간이 없어요. 중간점을 찾으려고 진짜 많이 연구하고 찾아보고 그랬던 것 같아요. 운동을 좀 빡세게도 했었고 그러다가 운동을 좀 오래 쉬기도 하다가 이제 딱 중간점이 딱 온 것 같아요. 그러니까 그때는 너무 과하게 했고 좀 원하는 몸이 있으니까 이쁜 핏이 나올 수 있는 그런 몸, 이쁜 몸을 만들고 싶어서 딱 일주일에 4번만 하자라는 걸 딱 정해두고 하고 그런 방향성.
Just 4 times a week, it's a lot.
Yeah, for that times a bit more than enough.
Yeah. I love that he said just.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
where I stopped. It was like, wait, what?
으로 계속 운동하는 거.
And that's like workout 4 times a week when there's all other stuff that like when they're
to be fair,
learning
like
choreo.
dancing and choreo, it's hard, so you do need to make sure you're fit to be able to survive those concerts.
Yeah, but is
So like if you're like a professional dancer, you exercise a lot.
Yeah.
If you're a professional in any sports, you exercise a lot. So like in their world where they do like choreos for basically 99% of their songs, and they have long concerts, they do have to make sure they're fit. So
Yeah.
it's like 4 times a week. In that
no, but
look,
my
it's okay.
my
It's
thing
just
was
the
like
thing
4
that he said
times a
just-
week on top of other stuff.
Yeah,
Also,
fair.
just
Fair,
4
fair,
times
fair.
a week
Fair.
is.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, not as much as Changbin. I think Changbin goes like most of the week, and it has maybe a day off.
Yeah.
식단도 막 찾아보고.
This is like I think it was in the puppy interview that Changbin was talking about his workout routine, but there were puppies in the same thing, so I did
not paying attention. Yeah.
I was paying attention,
To
and
the
it was like
puppies.
a lot of days that he mentioned, but also there were puppies in
Yeah.
the same video.
Yeah.
So
No, we had no chance for that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
신발이 됐던 뭐 옷 패션이 됐던
스스로 커스텀하는 거.
뷰티던 본인을 하나하나 가꾸는 거에 재미를 느끼는 것 같아요. 그 밥 먹고 먹는 그 탄수화물 태우는 그 효소가 있는데 그거 해외까지 챙겨다니면서 왜냐면 식단 조절을 마음껏 하기가 힘들잖아요 해외 가면 탄수화물 태우는 거. 이엔이가 소개해준 피부과 우리 지금 거의 다
아 그래? 이엔이가 먼저 다닌 거야 그쪽을?
이엔이가 그런 걸 되게 잘 찾는다. 그치 관련해서
맞아.
잘 찾지.
See, skincare, yes. The other part, no.
Yeah.
그치 관련해서 그치.
Because I don't think he needs it.
Said the one that doesn't do any skincare.
No, but you know why I said that. I said, like, skincare
That's just
is
healthy
good.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other part, like the enzyme thing, no, because I don't think he needs it.
Should have been it shouldn't be necessary.
No, it should not.
팀의 막내잖아요. 지금 이제 새로 나오고 있는 친구들한테 막내 이미지가 뒤처지지 않았으면 좋겠다는 생각이 좀 있긴 한 것 같아요. 여러 가지 시도를 많이 해보는 편이에요.
It's like he has the most perfect skin ever.
All of them, they have
They're
like,
amazing
really good
skin. Yeah, but he has. It's like, yeah.
He's shiny.
알아도 이런 걸 잘 알아야지 형들한테 공유를 잘 해줄 수 있지 않을까? 워낙 그런 걸 모르는 형들이라 이런 것도 해봐라 라고 추천을 해줄 수 있지 않을까? 라는 생각이 좀 있긴 한 것 같아요. 해외 나가서 운동을 하니까 7일이라 치면은 제 야외 외출복 뭐 티셔츠 7장 일주일에 운동 4번 하니까 운동복 4장 프로틴 7개 이렇게 챙기고 그러다가 이제 멤버들 없으면 하나씩 주고 면도기 같은 거 챙겨줄 때도 있었던 것 같아요. 항상 다 잘 챙겨가놓고.
I like this. Like he's the over-prepared person.
For to be fair, I'm usually the over-prepared person for things.
Yeah, always. I will pack additional things just in case.
But also, like, if it's something that's specific that I like and I don't know if I can buy it somewhere, I will bring it with me. If it's something that, like, it's not necessary or maybe I can buy easily somewhere else, I might pack lighter. I'm one of those people that also wants to be prepared for things. So I
am the person that has needle and thread in our purse.
Fair.
Just in case.
I don't.
Yeah, but I have like the tiniest little packet. But in general, like, yes, I'm that kind of person packing, especially for trips.
But I do have like medications, I have snacks, I have an extra power bank, I have different cables for charging stuff, mirror, like floss, like
water.
I don't drink water.
Normal person would have water, but
I have herbal teas.
Close enough.
Close enough. Like mini travel brushes, like different medications, like,
and that's why my bag is heavy and like, yours is too.
Yeah, loads of different things just to be prepared. I have a pen as well, just in case I need something to write.
Pen, pencil, eraser, and marker.
I only have a pen. I don't have pencil, eraser, and marker. I don't need
I
have a phone for majority of things. One thing I should probably bring that I've not started doing is like an extra screen protector because I messed up my phone.
The one time that you try to change your screen protector
I'm so
on
annoyed.
the go, you crack
so
the actual screen of your phone. So you should not do screen protectors on the go.
But yeah,
you specifically, you should not do that on the go.
Because I will drop my phone when it's not protected. Exactly. I need to make sure it gets changed in the safety of the house.
Yeah, and then ideally someone else does it and not you.
Yeah.
꼭 놓고 오는 게 하나씩 있어.
근데 이엔이가 되게 제이긴 해.
Like because of.
걔는 계획 짜는 걸 별로 귀찮아하지 않아.
맞아, 걔 스케줄 잘 잡아.
스케줄이나 이런 것들 미리 확인하고 거기에 맞춰서 또 되게 그렇게 움직이는
자기
편이지.
일정 바쁘게 많이 짜놓지.
계획 속에 실수가 있는 거구나.
뭔가 여행을 갔을 때 여러 가지 후보를 정해놓는 편인 것 같아요. 위치 같은 거. 그 중에 하나를 멤버들한테 선택하라. 약간 이렇게 던져주는 스타일인 것 같아요. 예약은 이제 현진이 형이 하고 거기 이제 도착하면은
Yeah, you need the second person to make the phone calls. In my case, it's you.
Yeah.
For any phone calls that I can get away without doing.
The thing is, like, if we are together, if there's like someone that needs to talk to someone in person, it will be you.
Yes.
If it's a phone call, I will do it.
As I said, combined we make almost a functional
Almost.
human being. Like with plans, I'm like half and half. So
I've made travel plans for other people before.
and I never follow them. No, my thing is I do like to plan things and I like to organize things, but I'm also an agent of chaos half of the time. So I do like to make plans, but sometimes I do things in the moment as well. So kind of like half.
Well, when I make plans for stuff, I usually take into account like variables. There's like, if I'm going to a specific place and I want to see certain things, I would prioritize those. But
also,
if there's like something like I meet someone or like there's other friends that want to go somewhere else, then I'm not going to be super strict. I'm still keeping some flexibility.
But for example, for like there's going to be like a Stray Kids concert next year that we got tickets. We already started like
planning stuff,
yeah, even though it's like 7 months out.
It's fine.
Yeah. Just we like being prepared for stuff.
May or may not
Especially,
already checked in on how to go back from the concert
because
venue.
Travel will be a mess because it's a ton of people going away from it. So
you do not want to plan to try to take like a taxi or an Uber that you haven't like booked in advance, because then a lot of people that did not plan are going to try to do the same, and if you do that, you're gonna be stuck there for hours.
Yeah.
Even in London, because it's not the venue for the concert.
It's a stadium.
It's a stadium that is not super central.
Yeah.
It's not like
there is
too
not
far
a
away.
close tube to it either.
There is not a closed tube station, so that makes more difficult travel-wise.
And it will be finished late.
Also, like
so
if
you
it's
have to-
late enough, the tube is not gonna help because they only run up to a certain
It depends
time.
on which one. Same thing with the bus. It depends on the night routes and everything.
So you want to be prepared, unless you want to get a hotel that is like super close, and even then you still have to plan accordingly, because if you're traveling at a certain time, it may not be safe to travel alone. Is like, be very careful, especially if you don't know the area.
We don't quite know
or
the area
especially
of
for
London.
like younger stays
for
as
sure.
well.
But we already kind of looked up the things, because I think like the plan should be similar to the plan when football is there, because it will be the same level of...
No, the difference is how late it ends.
Yeah, I know, but you have to...
Because there are
look up-
certain options that are different with football, because football generally does not end that late.
Yes.
That's the
But yeah, no,
difference.
we
But-
already, like, as soon as we got the tickets, we already were looking at, like,
But, like, with
accommodation, transport, what we're doing, because we want to make, like, a week trip.
And also,
out
like,
of
we've
it.
gone to concerts before. You've
Yes.
gone to, like, big concerts like this. I haven't, but in general, like, we've been to, like, conventions with a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, you always want to plan in advance, especially if it's, like, a location that you're not familiar
know.
with,
Yeah.
don't know. And if it's like late at night, you always want to plan and have like contingency plans on top of that, because you do not want to end up waiting for a taxi
Because
late
also,
in the
like,
night,
if I'm waiting,
and then
like, I cannot
risk-
stand for long.
You
period
cannot
of
stand
time.
for long.
So I need to be mindful of that as well.
You
because it's
cannot
like-
walk the way back because your body wouldn't not allow you. Also, because at the venue you cannot have walking aids with you, because they're not allowed inside the venue. So you wouldn't have one with you to go there.
So for certain things like wheelchairs, yes, but for certain
But
things
you don't have a
to-
wheelchair.
I know, but for that, like, they're okay, but it's like for things like cane walkers
And crutches, they're
crutches,
they're not
rollators.
allowed.
No, you have to speak with the accessible department and get things authorized. But in general, it's not allowed. Same
Yeah.
as like portable chairs and stuff like that. So we already needed to speak with the accessible
Regardless.
department regardless.
But we're not
because I
sure
cannot
if
stand
you
in a queue
can
for a long time.
if you can bring those with you.
Well, I'm assuming once you get it approved is allowed, but we need to talk with them first. Also because I cannot stand for a long time, so need to organize loads of different things. I need to bring meds with me, and from the stadium I said if you're bringing medications you have to get it like authorized and stuff. So there is things. Yeah.
Also, like, better plan ahead. Yeah, but always better plan in situations like that, because you do not want to be caught waiting for a taxi late at night and then potentially having to walk late on your own specifically.
Yeah, not the case. Nope.
Especially if it's an area that you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
More so if it's a country that is not your own.
Yeah. Like, and
fair, like, we're on top of
we
all
lived
that,
in London
if you're
for
young
a good,
as well.
Yeah, we lived in London for a good chunk of years, but I'm not that familiar with that area.
I'm not familiar with that area.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm not as worried about certain things.
No, my main worry
but
is like
the main thing is with you and your
long.
health and how much you can do, how much you can walk. So we have to plan, because we can't afford to like wait for too long, and we can't afford to like walk long as well.
It really depends. If it's a good day, a little bit more, but I cannot guarantee
that, because you don't know.
I cannot guarantee it's going to be a good day, so I have to plan for a flare-up day.
Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
I have to always plan for a flare-up day to be able to do things like this. Yeah, regardless.
다음날 뭐 할지를 저만의 생각일 수도 있어요.
건배사 같다. 건배사.
형님들 건배하시죠.
거들먹거리면서
바지 한번 싹 올리고
진짜
이러고 일어나가지고 막
누구나 다 뻔하게 되게 멋있게 일어나서 진짜 별 의미 없는 얘기 해요. 바지 한번 싹 올리고
바지 한번 싹 올리고
Tiny bit more than that.
건배사 같다. 건배사.
형님들 건배하시죠.
거들먹거리면서 싹.
되게 멋있게 일어나서 진짜 별 의미 없는 얘기 해요. 바지 한번 싹 올리고
바지 한번 싹 올리고
진짜
이러고 일어나가지고 막
누구나 다 뻔하게끔 생각할 만한 얘기를 꼭 멋있게 해요.
오늘 수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
That's like old man Ian.
Fair.
Because
that's grandma Ian.
That's grandma Ian. That is different from old man Lino. There's like two
separate
varieties.
entities. Yeah.
제가 한번 건배사 올리겠습니다. 파이팅 합시다.
그 정도? 귀엽지.
I don't know. Ah, fudge. I didn't think. I forgot that this part of the video was happening.
The thing is, like, it's not just one word.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. Let's see what they say.
Yeah.
아이는 아직도 애기.
아이엔은 애기?
아이엔은 애기다.
아이는 애기다.
자, 아이엔은
애기다.
He's not a baby anymore.
Yeah. What does the baby think? And I don't say
he's not baby bred anymore. He's not been baby bred for a while.
It shouldn't. Like, he should be allowed to be like
his
grown
person.
Grown bread. No more baby
like sourdough bread.
Yeah, or whatever version of that. I don't know what one word. Like, maknae is too easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
Yeah. If I'm going to be honest, I usually try to think ahead, but I forgot that this part was happening and we went into runs, and now I cannot think.
Yeah, same.
I feel bad about it because now I cannot think.
It's not an easy one.
이또아입니다. 아이엔의 이또아는
Actually, I would say clumsy.
계속됩니다.
That's only one aspect. That's only one thing.
I know, but like that's the one thing that I know that is the constant.
Fair.
제가 유튜브 보다가 좀 생긴 건데 너무 힘들 때 마트를 가지 말라는 말이 있어요. 이게 사람의 심리적인 거이건데 너무 힘들면은 자신도 모르게 행복을 찾는데요. 저도 이제 좀 습관이 바뀐 게 너무 힘들 때 휴대폰을 쇼핑한다거나 그런 습관을 좀 많이 줄이고 있는 것 같아요.
I know you're not supposed to go
1 a.m. purchases
grocery shopping
when you're
hungry because
that's a disaster.
you tend to buy a lot more than you need.
Or when you're hormonal. Same.
Yes.
Same.
큰 행복을 찾지 않으려고 하고 있습니다.
It's like, why did I buy all this chocolate? I don't even like sweet things.
Yeah. Oh, that's so me. I don't like sweet things.
제가 유튜브 보다가 좀 생긴 건데
Now we can pay
너무
attention to
힘들
the
때
other side.
마트를 가지 말라는 말이 있어요. 이게 사람의 심리적인 거이건데 너무 힘들면은
It's like
Bring the
it's like playing the PlayStation.
Fair.
자신도 모르게 행복을 찾는데
Wait, wouldn't be the other way around because Felix and Sumin are sharing a place that he would be the one going?
It depends on when this was filmed.
Yeah,
it
fair,
depends on
fair.
when this
No,
was
no,
filmed.
you're right.
But it's actually one thing that I never thought that it's amazing. It's 8 of them. You can always have a buddy to play games.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. Because like sometimes you want to play like co-op games. In our case, we don't play competitive against each other
For
because
reasons.
no one survives that.
Good reasons.
Good reasons. But it's like it's nice playing with someone else. Like it's good. So
But I think it's like it's
8
good
of them,
for
and they have
them
so
because
different
they have
combinations.
different interests. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if you want, one of them wants to watch anime,
you have someone to watch.
you
it
have
with.
someone.
Someone
if you
wants
want
to watch horror movies,
you have someone. Want to
Yeah.
play video games, you have someone. Want to go to the gym, Coach Ambin.
Yeah, like it's nice because it's like because everyone has different interests, you can always have like a buddy to do
Yeah. Like
something with.
clothing shopping. There's
Like iron.
Yes.
Yeah.
저도 이제
Or
좀 습관이
Hyunjin.
바뀐 게
Yes.
너무 힘들 때
Or both.
휴대폰을
Yeah.
쇼핑한다거나 그런 습관을 좀 많이
Yeah.
줄이고 있는 것 같아요. 큰 행복을
Like, you can come over. No, I'm lazy.
찾지 않으려고 하고 있습니다.
That was cute. I really
love
like
these
these
one kids
episodes.
rooms.
And it always gives us more of an insight for like things like that I didn't know about
Yeah.
Ian as well. And also other things that make a lot of sense after we heard that.
Yes, makes sense. No, I love these ones. And as we go through like because we're about to start as soon as we finish with Racha log, we're starting again the 2 kids room show, I think, or is it when we finish this one?
No,
I don't remember.
The
It's-
kids show go with the kids show. So once we finish the 1 kids room, we go back to the
two
older
kids
2 kids room.
Yeah, I go confused, and then we need to do something else when we finish Racha log.
We
That
haven't
have not
decided
yet.
Yes.
I got confused about our own schedule.
Yes.
My memory is always really good. Best memory.
Also, we've had the discussion before, more than once.
I know. Do I have like one spot that it's lighter than the rest of the color?
Ignore. It's fine.
Fair.
Anyway,
Anyway,
hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we have, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
we have cat.